keeping half a stream steady with a watchful stare. He's the sheriff for chat, with a band hammer strong. If you're messing with the crew, you won't last long. He's grumpy on the water, casting lines out of water, dropping in on Call of Duty, taking high before a ride. Yeah, he's always got the W, no matter where he stands. A true legend of the community, the best mod in the land. Out there on his boat, with the sun shining bright, fishing pole steady, feels the tug and the fight. But when the night rolls in, head set on real tight, Grumpy's always winning every late night gunfight. He's grumpy on the water, casting lines out of water, dropping in on Call of Duty, taking high before a ride. Yeah, he's always got the W, no matter where he stands. A true legend of the community, the best mod in the land. Now legends ain't born, they're made with time, with a steady hand and a heart that's kind. So raise your glass high, let the chorus sing to the mod, the myth, the man, the king. He's grumpy on the water, casting lines out wider, dropping in on Call of Duty, taking high before a ride. Yeah, we all tip our hats, cause we sure understand the true legend of the community, the best mod in the land. Yeah, Grumpy's a legend, the best mod in the land. Well, there's a man we all know, sitting tall in the chair, keeping half a stream steady with a watch.
Hey, what's up, Diesel? What's up, Cammy? Yeah, glad y'all are here. Whoever else is here. Just sitting here getting some things started, just piddling a minute, trying to trying to get everything going. Today we're just gonna kind of hang out. Any questions you got for Grumpy? Ask away. Anything you want to know? I know me and Cammy talked last time about how to approach an interview, and I understand he had an interview, and said it went pretty well. So that's good to hear, Cammy. Hopefully you get a follow-up call and you get that job you're wanting. Praying that you do. I know that's important to you. First thing up, though, I wanted to talk about is anybody watching the World Series of Warzone today and their 3 hour delay with technical issues and downloading. I don't know if they were downloading BO7 on the computers and stuff, but 3 hours behind they were today. So not a good start to the World Series of Warzone. Looking like that's going to push them back to finishing tonight around midnight or later. Ugh, got to be rough. Some of them boys probably going to have to change some flights around. So also, anybody keep up with the baseball playoffs? You was watching it with Jay God, Cammy. Yeah, you know they got to be pissed about that. That's crazy. Can you imagine just sitting there? I saw some teams were ordering food, and I was talking to Hoppa a little bit ago, and he said that they were doing PC checks and stuff on some of the participants. That I guess because the stuff they were trying to download, maybe make their stuff compatible, their controllers compatible and stuff. So yeah, not a good start for World Series of Warzone, but I'm sure in the end it'll be Biffle, Hisoka, and Shifty winning it all anyway. So I saw Optic went down in like the first 2 minutes of the first match. Literally they landed and got dumped on by Falcons. So, yeah, but a little bit of baseball news in case you wasn't worried watching today. Cleveland came back and ended up winning and tying up their series with Detroit 1-1. So they're going to a game three. I saw the Padres won game two. So now them and the Cubs are going back to San Diego for a game three. So those two are in big game threes. Boston and New York, 1-0 Boston. So New York needs a win tonight to push that to a game three. And LA and Cincinnati play late tonight. That's at 1-0 in favor of LA. So Cincinnati needs a big win tonight to push that to a game three. Otherwise, those teams are going on to Milwaukee and Philadelphia. And waiting in the AL is Seattle and I can't remember who else. Toronto. Yeah, Seattle and Toronto. So over there. So I don't know how many of you are into college football, but there's only really two big games this weekend. The Vanderbilt team that's surprising everybody at 4-0 going to Alabama to play them. A lot of people now are saying Vanderbilt has a shot to win the SEC, so that's pretty cool. Vanderbilt, a public university, it is not. Private university all the way, so a lot of hurdles to jump through for athletes to come there, not just a absolute take who you want to and get them in there. So good to see Vanderbilt doing go well. And like I said, they got a big matchup this weekend with Alabama. Also, Miami and Florida State. Florida State took one on the chin last week to Virginia. It's kind of disappointing. Was looking for a battle of unbeatens, but instead we're going into it with a 4-0 Miami team and a 3-1 Florida State team. Look for Miami to knock that one out. Also, in case you were under a rock or just don't care, BO7 beta starts tomorrow. So make sure your download is done. I know you can pre-download it. I could pre-download it today after lunchtime on the PlayStation. I think if you're on PC, you could already do your pre-download. Be ready to go tomorrow when it fires up. Watched a little bit of the COD Next event the last yesterday. Um, all the CDL pros seemed to like it. The multiplayer looked like it played good. It was kind of some recycled content, it looked like, from BO6, but the wall jumping looked pretty cool. The gunplay looked pretty cool. I was kind of excited about that. Now, if we can just keep cheaters out of it, it'll be good to go. I can stream the beta. You won't, Grumpy. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming the beta tomorrow. I'll probably stream the beta with Hoppa. I've got a surgery first thing in the morning tomorrow, so assuming that all that goes good and they don't have me knocked up on too many drugs, I'll be here to play the beta. What's up, Basic? Good to see you in your pink hand wave that has become your familiar gesture along with the chicken nuggets. What else? Yeah, but we're planning on going live tomorrow around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time to stream the beta with Hoppa, probably Wendy, Bosick, maybe Frank, whoever wants to play. We'll be around playing some. Anybody that's got the pre-order or you get your beta code, if you go to the Twitch stream right now, you can watch Call of Duty live doing the World Series of Warzone. I think you have to watch for 1 hour, and during that hour, after that hour, you get the beta code. Hopefully, some people say they haven't got it yet after watching their hour, but I'm sure they'll come through. What's up, Afuki, with the good trio? Got my Tar Heel shirt on. Got my Jacksonville University Bulls hat on. Yeah, little facial hair growing in. It still bothers me that I can't grow it out like Brawlist. I mean, does that make you more of a man than I am, Afuki? But yeah, so you're researching on it. Kimmy, if you look at, I know you said Amazon's really expensive for you over there, but kind of look at Amazon and some of their, right now they have a Amazon Prime deals. And like the last time they had a Prime deal, I bought my monitor, which is a 2.1 HDMI, 1440, 240 frames per second. And I think I got it for like $130. So I mean, you can find some good deals, and even if the Amazon price is that much different from you, maybe give you an idea of a monitor you can look for at some place that's a little more inexpensive for you over there on the island. It's probably you got bad news, huh, Fuki? Your homie didn't get a code. They said that the codes have been running slow for some people, call me, so tell him to make sure and keep checking his Twitch drops. And they said they've been showing up. Some people are just taking a little bit longer to get theirs than others. So yeah, tell him just to keep checking. And See, I'm sorry if you can hear that, but see, I've got mine going trying to get a beta drop for I can share with Frank or somebody else who needs one. What's up, Nick Knack? How you doing, bud? What's up, Thor K? Yeah, so did anybody do their homework and put questions together that they wanted to ask Grumpy today? Huh? Just in case you didn't, I did. I figured we'd help Cammy even out even more. You never grow your beard out, but yeah, I can't grow a beard. My son can grow a full beard in a day, and his dad can get razor stubble in like 2 weeks. That's it. I never could. I don't even have hardly any hair under my arms. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. But yeah, I figured since Cammy's here, we could do some Q and A about interview questions. So if this one doesn't go the way he wanted it to, maybe his next one. I told you, Cammy, there are a lot of questions that interviewers ask out there that are tough to answer because you never think about them because you never think about yourself. So because of that, I went and put together some Q and A questions that are tough for people to answer, and I thought maybe I would answer them myself. So the Caribbean is very hot. It has been nice here. It was like 48 degrees here this morning. My heat actually kicked on for a few minutes this morning. But during the day, it's like 72, 74. Fall here has come quick, and the mornings are getting cooler. The water in the lake's getting colder. It's really kind of nice. It is really kind of nice. Yeah, I can imagine, but the Caribbean's so beautiful. Man, my wife would love to be in the Caribbean. She would absolutely love it. Um, yeah, so questions. I was just gonna, I'll read some of these to you, and I'll take a few minutes to answer. Maybe tell you a little bit about me, help Cammy out in his next interview. One of the most common questions asked in an interview: what is the biggest fear you have overcome, or are you currently working to overcome? Basic, Grumpy, you on a small screen. I know basic, but Frank's asleep, so I don't know how to put it. I guess I can drag it and make it bigger, but then Frank's gonna kill me. I don't know how to make it bigger. You don't need to see me bigger. Define how small. I know it's like on mine it's like a 2 by 2, maybe 2 inch by 2 inch in freedom units of Fuki, not that metric stuff, which would probably be about 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Is that right? Inches bigger than a centimeter. Yeah, it is true. I don't know how to make it bigger. I guess I can stretch it, but I'm not real sure how to do that. I'm sorry. And I can't put anything up in the background because then it would just be the PlayStation because the way we've got it hooked up. So I'm not sure how to do that. When Frank wakes up, if he wakes up on in any time soon, we'll get him to do that. He'll do it. I just let him go in and change whatever he wants to. You can still tell how sexy I am and how good looking I am, and you can see my North Carolina Tar Heels jersey. You can see the Hoppa jersey. You can see the soccer jersey, and you can see the optic jersey. So you can see all of them. You can see if you're using OBS, add a new scene, then add the Nick Nack. Really? I am on OBS, but add a new scene, then add the camera input. So add full screen. Okay. See full screen. just for a minute. I don't know how to add sound. Let's see. Okay, let's go to this. What about now? Does it have sound now? My audio mixer's showing sound. If I done this, then and I did it right, that I'm gonna look for a job in IT, Cammy, and I'll have to take interviews. Any sound now? Thank you, Nick Nack. See, look, I'm not as stupid as they make me out to be. Really, I am, but I watched Frank play around with this enough, and with Nick Nack's help. Thank you. HSD, what's up, buddy? So we're just sitting here shooting the bullshit. Did anybody have any questions today? You better have questions, because I mean, I can only talk about some things for so long. You can ask any question. I'll answer it fairly and honestly. You can even ask questions. I don't care what you ask. I prefer no politics just because I don't really talk about politics that much. We have a president. Whether you like them or not, you respect them, and they are your president here. A lot of people have forgot that, so that's kind of sad. But a lot of people have forgot respect too, so that's even sadder. But I was going over some questions before because Cammy was in here and he was doing the interview stuff last time, and I wrote down some questions and maybe to give him some help with answering. If y'all have any input, you're welcome to share too. Or if any of y'all are going for a job interview, it may help you. The biggest question people ask in interviews: what is the biggest fear you have overcome or are you currently working to overcome? Um, my wife hates me because I have no fear. I'm really not scared. I don't know what stress is. Stuff like that has never bothered me. As beautiful as ever. Stuff like that has never bothered me because um, I figure we've got here today, and so whatever is in front of you that you have to face in terms of fear, then it doesn't exist. Somebody's already dealt with it, so there's already an answer to it. All you have to do is figure out the answer and work through it. What got you into gaming? What's the first game we played? Halo 2. Um, I played some other games like FIFA soccer and Madden football with a buddy when I was younger, but didn't really get into it. We just used it to kill time. When my son was in a freshman in high school was about the time Halo 2 came out, and all his buddies would come over, and your bit rate is super. I don't know how to change that. I literally got the face cam on with Knickknack's help, so it'd be full screen because I didn't know. I don't know how to change the bit rate, Hoppa. I know I look grainy, I can see, but I don't know how to change the bit rate. So if there's like a really simple answer, then sure. If it's a really in-depth, complicated answer, then you're just gonna have to stand here looking at me all grainy and shit, which is probably a better thing because I'm really not that nice looking. What's up, Warhawk? I didn't say what's up, but I saw you. What's up, Dirty King? But my son and all his friends, I built a boat garage that I wound up turning into a gaming room for them, and they would all go up there and they would have their little local LAN events playing Halo 2, and they would always have uneven teams, so they asked me to start playing, and when they did, um, I was garbage. Uh, and so because I was garbage, I decided to get better. Uh, Download, put it online. Where do I find that, Hoppa? So because I was garbage, I decided to start playing. So I'd come in and I would run like a 500-foot Ethernet cable up to the gaming building and play by myself. literally the first, I don't know, 10, 20 times I played Halo 2, I was like 0 and 25, 1 and 26. I was one of those guys that looked like I was playing inverted because I was always staring up at the sky, didn't know anything about centering. Um, so I just kept playing and playing and playing and eventually got decent at that. And we tried Halo 3, but Halo 3 was garbage. Halo 2 was where it was at. So then COD came out. My son went off to college, and when he went off to college, about the only way I could talk to him was playing games with him online. So I started playing COD, and I played a little bit, not much. And what's up, Dirty Kings? And uh, during COVID, Cold War came out, and a bunch of the buddies at work were playing, and we couldn't go to work for a while, and so we started playing Cold War online, and I was trash at that. So I just decided to get better. Kept playing and playing and playing and playing, and got halfway decent. I ain't great. Ain't nobody in jeopardy of signing me to a pro contract, but I have fun. It's fun playing with all the people in Discord, on Happa's channel. Like I was telling them before, we're probably going to play the beta, stream the beta some tomorrow. Um, Halo 3 was garbage. You're right, AC. Okay. I I just didn't like it. I don't know. I don't know. The guns changed, and when the guns changed, I don't know. I just didn't like it. Probably because my son and his friends weren't playing. If they'd have played more, I'd have played more. But they always liked Halo 2. Those maps on Halo 2 were epic. They were so good, and the Halo 3 maps were more like the maps they have today. And I'm just not in OBS. Go into the top left file. All right. Uh, I'm sorry. Let me do this. Settings. Okay. Then I'll, so then it pops up output, output under encoder, output under encoders. You'll see bit rate. This is 25. Mine says 10,000. Mine says 10,000 bit rate. Let's lower it some and see what happens. Frank's gonna kill me. What do you know? Is that better? Damn, I am an IT wizard. I just needed y'all's help. I really suck with things IT. Um, it looks great. Thank you. It does look much better. I am terrible with this stuff. I always had people. I'm sad, but I always had people. But yeah, that's how I started playing, and now daily happens like you want to go run with the cousins. Running with the cousins is fun. Running with Wendy, basic. Everybody's fun. Sunday customs and Hoppa's community is awesome. I love that. I just enjoy playing. It's pretty much what I have to do with my life now. Questions. I need questions. You're helping your grandma. That's cool, Cammy. That is cool. I need questions. I was answering the questions I told you. Let's see. What's up, Boom? How are you doing, buddy? It's good to see you here. Thanks everybody for showing up. If I hadn't thanked you yet, it's good to see you here, Boom. Boom has all this music that a lot of these musicians were popular when I was small. When I was younger, I can remember most of my first music was on vinyl. Then we went to 8 tracks, and my first car was a 1985 Chevy Monte Carlo SS, and it had an 8 track tape player in it. Didn't have reverse rewind. You had to flip sides and hit fast forward to rewind. I am an Optic fan. I love Optic. Yes, I have. I love Optic. I just think they're cool. They're kind of like the. I would consider Phase the Dallas Cowboys of professional sports, and I would consider Optic like the America's team, Atlanta Braves. 8 tracks were the best. They were the best. Um, But yeah, like let's see, boom, Molly Hatchet. We used to listen to 38 Special. Who I don't know if you know them. Molly Hatchet, Train. Ozzy Osbourne was big when I was in mid school and high school. Tom Jones. I had the Village People on an 8-track tape player. The Village People. Who else? Casey and the Sunshine Band. Tom Jones is the man. Yeah, all that. I actually, boom, believe it or not, I was a club DJ when I was in college for a little while, um, so I could actually spin vinyl. Then, as I got older, I started doing events and gigs and weddings and stuff like that. And once my son graduated from high school and all his friends, I'd go do a gig and I'd just give them all the money after I paid for everything. And they would set up and tear down for me. And they actually got good enough to where I could pretty much walk away and just let them handle the gigs. They did a really good job. Um, there were four of them, and I'd just take them with me everywhere, and they'd set up and tear down. Basically, all I did was book the gigs. First song you learned to sing was Tom Jones. Good Lord. Oh, Elvis. I saw Elvis in concert when I was a wee little one. I did see Elvis in concert with my parents. I don't know if I'm really. See, y'all probably don't know a lot of these. The Gatlin Brothers. I went and saw the Gatlin Brothers. They used to sing a song called All the Gold. I went to see them in concert with my parents. Yeah, the deals on Amazon are really nice, Cammy. You only sing Ramstein. I haven't played in a bar in years. I didn't really do a whole lot of bars. There were a lot of legions around here, and they would host dances, and I did a lot of legion dances. Prime Elvis Hopper, Prime Elvis. It was in 1971, give or take. I was a weein'. I was just a little bitty one, but he was in Greenville, South Carolina. My parents took me to see him. Tom Jones was the man. He was the man. You look in your 40s, Grumpy. How are you old enough for all that? I'm 59 HSD. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If I take my hat off, it's what little hair I have left is white. I shaved my head just so you can't see my white hair. It's all white under there. 59, buddy. I appreciate the 40s, but now you can tell my beard, what I call a beard, my facial stubble, it's all white. I'm an old man. I'm a grumpy old man. So you can see by that picture right there, grumpy. Seeing Elvis was something. I saw Bob Hope. Sorry, I had a battery go dead. I don't know why it went dead. It was dead. Sorry about that. My battery went dead. I don't know why it went dead. I just put it in last night. But you like Fat Elvis? I have a buddy here who is an Elvis impersonator. It, I'm getting another screen, and when I can, I can drag back and forth. But you would swear to God that he is young Elvis. He had all the costumes. My God, the boy even had a pink Cadillac. No lie, went and bought a pink Cadillac like Elvis had, and would drive it around to his shows. He went to Las Vegas and performed a couple times. He did a bunch of Elvis impersonation competitions. He was really good, and he could sing like Elvis. It was amazing. Um, I need more questions, or else I'm going to have to read off my question list. We answered the one about what scares me or what do I fear, and I told you I fear nothing. Never knew what stress was. Always dealt with it. Anything that came up like it was just another thing. Elvis is Chill. What's up, Rice? How are you doing? Oh, hi. What's good? Um, we're just sitting here shooting the breeze. The second question that comes up on a lot of interviews, Cammy, if you're still listening, who has been the most influential person in your life and how? My wife. What about your wife, Afuki? Don't she's fell in love with the American, huh? What's up, Nutso? Elvis, everybody sings Elvis. Warhawk last night was singing Elvis. What's up, Paladin? Where did you see Bob Hope? I saw Bob Hope in Columbus, Ohio. My dad worked for Nationwide Insurance Company, and he was one of their leading producers one year. And when he went for the convention, Bob Hope was live and in person for him. It was pretty cool. I was asking if I'm the type to let words get to me. Never let words get to you. Words are just words. Somebody has a big stick and they hit you with that, that gets to you. But words, piss off on words. People, they can say what they want to. Um, what scares me? Nothing. Literally nothing, Afuki. You scare me. You do scare me. You and Frank scare me. Grandmas are awesome, Cammy. I miss my grandparents. One of the questions I have on here, I actually talk about my grandparents. You can't remember shit. You were singing Suspicious Minds, Warhawk. You were singing Suspicious Minds. I remember because I started singing with you. Question, Cammy, you were talking about your grandma. One of the questions people ask a lot in interviews, and I'm reading off the, is if I could have dinner with anyone, living or deceased, who would it be and why? And my answer is my grandparents. Um, they were completely different from my mom's side to my dad's side, but they all brought something to the table. And um, I would give anything to have dinner with my grandparents, have corned beef and cabbage that my one grandma made, and have um, pound cake with homemade chocolate icing because I would just want them to see how good a job they did raising their kids and how good a job their kids have done raising their kids and hopefully how good a job I did raising my kids. And it continues. Have I ever fished High Rock Lake? Paladin and I have fished High Rock Lake many times. Um, it's been probably 10 years now since I've been to High Rock. I loved High Rock. I did, but now it's getting all silted in and stuff. And the last time I was down there, it started getting silted in all the creeks and was very tough to fish. And as the years went by, I started fishing when there wasn't a lot of pontoon traffic and skiing traffic. But then after the big COVID thing, everybody bought pontoons and wake boats and ski boats and everybody spent their time on the lake and stuff. And I kind of quit going to a lot of lakes like that in the middle part of the state because they became so pleasure boat oriented instead of fishing oriented. But yeah, I've won some money at High Rock. I've also had my teeth kicked in a few times at High Rock. I'll never forget one time I was down on High Rock and you could take a buzz bait and throw it by a dock. And if you pulled it straight down the dock, you couldn't get bit. But if you threw it at an angle at the front of the dock and hit the dock with the buzz bait and that thing stopped clacking for just a second, they would absolutely annihilate it. Annihilate it. And I won money that time. Oh, oh yeah, she's here. Come here. Let me have the flashlight. Here, you want to see yourself? Say, this is my pride and joy with the flashlight. See that big grin? Here, we got to put the flashlight down or else it shines into the camera. Are you playing with the cats?
I guess.
Reminds me of my job at
Oh
Orange. What? Can you wave and tell everybody hello?
Hello,
What's your name?
Leila.
Leela.
Okay, I gotta go right.
Leela's got to go. Bye bye now. All right, shut the door on your way out, boo boo.
Oh,
That is my pride and joy. But yeah, fished at High Rock, fished Norman, fished Wiley, all those down there. And they used to be good. I used to do everything. Elvis. Oh, thank you, Rice. She is my pride and joy. My only grandchild. That's the only bad part about it. She is my only grandchild. I could handle 10 more. All right, Cammy, see you, bud. But yeah, you take care of Grandma. Absolutely. That is the real star of the family. Yes, that is where 100% of my money goes these days. She told me last night she wanted glow in the dark fingernails, glow in the dark tattoos, and a glow in the dark dress. So, what did we buy on Amazon last night? Glow in the dark fingernails, glow in the dark tattoos, and I couldn't find a glow in the dark dress, so we got a glow in the dark skeleton costume. Oh, you said bye, Kimmy. I'm sorry. What's up, TH? No, she. I have Snickers. I got a Snickers today at the grocery store because I figured I deserve it after I get back from surgery tomorrow. So I've got a Snickers in the freezer. No peanut M&Ms. I was craving a Snickers. No, she don't get my Snickers. She has had uh, fruit by the foot today. She has had some Starburst bites. She has had Cheez It white cheddar crackers. She just got done eating macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. Basic. I told you. Um, oh, she has ate all kinds of stuff today. Yeah. But yeah, she wanted all that glow in the dark stuff. A pair of glow in the dark Crocs. I hate Crocs. I so hate Crocs. But for her, I got glow in the dark Crocs. But thanks for a moment because the wife wasn't at the store. It was all Amazon. There'll be a big box, and she'll be like, "What came in the box? What came in the box?" If I showed you the floor in here, yeah, sugar buzz all day, right? But her dad's here to pick her up now, so yeah, he was stuck in traffic. So her and Pop Pop took a shower. Well, took a bath. She took a bath. No, not together. She took her bath. Pop Pop had to make sure she washed good. And then Dad's here to pick her up after he got home from being in traffic. It is tasty. Yep, she usually leaves a couple. They're dino nuggets, so those are better than any chicken nugget. So yeah, she usually leaves me a couple. But the wife made Cuban sandwiches tonight. Mine's in the oven, just remaining hot. So I'm really excited about that because we had some leftover pork tenderloin and she put ham and Swiss cheese and. Okay, I love you. Come here and give me a hug. Hurry up.
Okay, I'll come right
She's
back.
leaving. Kiss, kiss. Love you.
Please do glow in the dark Crocs and glow in the dark
Glow in the dark
nails
Crocs, glow in the dark
and
tattoos,
glow in the dark nails.
fingernails. All right, and you're going to be
Please.
good? Okay, shut the door. Be good. I'll ask Daddy. Oh, Lord. You can tell she really wants that glow in the dark stuff. One of her teachers, she says, loves glow in the dark, so she wants to glow in the dark when she goes to school for Halloween. Um, so, what else? No games tonight. We're going to do the beta tomorrow with Hoppa. Hoppa, you going to have me tomorrow doing the beta? We're going to do it live. I've got Twitch pulled up on my phone, try and get a code in case anybody doesn't have one. We'll see how that works. Cammy said his buddy didn't have one yet, so we'll see. We will see. But yeah, I was talking about I would love to have food with my grandparents again. Nice grandkids. She doing that. Oh God, the Warhawk. She knows it. She definitely knows it. No, she doesn't even waste time with her parents. She comes straight to Bop Bop. Yeah, because she knows if she asks Bop Bop, she gets it. They do like shiny stuff. RGB fans. I do not have RGB fans. My computer, so actually, Brawlist, when he bought the new Corsair Vengeance PC, he sent me his old one out of the kindness of his heart because everybody wanted me to start streaming. So I have an Alienware. I couldn't even tell you what's in it. I just got it, hooked it up, and Frank clocked in, checked in, and he set everything up for me, and I was good to go. So yeah, kudos Brawlers for that. I made him some donos to try and pay for it, and he kept. I don't know. He's a good man, as is everybody here. Hoppa a good man, because who else would promote my stream on their own stream? Damn, that's tight there. That is tight. I can't thank everybody enough of y'all for being here. That was nice of him, Rice. Yeah, he was like, man, you got to stream. Hopefully, what'll happen is me, Brawlist, and Hopper are going to play in the World Series of Warzone. Brawlist says I can't play unless I had a PC because I missed it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Brawlist's way too good for me for that. No, straight from the PS5 straight. Tomorrow when I do that, I'm going to play on PS5 with the beta. But today, I enjoy talking. I enjoy just hanging out with y'all. It's kind of like being in Discord. Me and Warhawk were in Discord today, and uh, everybody should know Warhawk's mom's doing really good after her surgery. I know he's tickled to death, and stress levels low now, and so it, it it's a chance. I mean, we don't get to see each other, which kind of sucks because I'd really love to see some of y'all and hang out and drink a beer with you at the bar. Footy in the background, Ajax footy top. It is a. I don't even know who it is. One of my buddies bought it for me. He gets. He like has this. He has this thing where he gets a jersey each month. He's like Jersey of the Month Club for soccer, and so he got one for me, and it's like Greek. I don't know who it is. I truly don't. But he got that one for me for my birthday one year. Yeah, so he loves soccer and he gets all these soccer jerseys and stuff. Uh, we are friends. Absolutely, Hopper. First and foremost, we're friends. But even a lot of streamer friends wouldn't do this shit for anybody. That makes you kind of special, buddy. You watch Rice. They said some people it was taking a little while for them to get their keys, but people were finally getting their keys. I saw one guy watched yesterday and he didn't get his key till today. Um, I want to play it too. Like Warhawk said, I'm just a Call of Duty bitch, and it's true. I enjoy it. Playing's fun. Playing's fun. It's a great team. It's all right, Warhawk. It is a great team, but yeah, he has like hundreds of soccer jerseys. He pays like I don't know, like $150 a year, and they send him a jersey a month. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I enjoy watching soccer. I do. Man U's my team. Um, but my favorite player is Vardy. My favorite player is Vardy. Any man that can play soccer with an ankle monitor on and can't leave the city is the man. He is the man. That's why I love Vardy. Plus, he's pretty daggum good at the game. I love Vardy. People can have Ronaldo and Messi and Neymar, all those. Pogba. Give me Vardy. Give me Vardy. He looks like he just literally ran out of the trailer park onto the field to play. That is a soccer man's man. Let's see. But let's see. Y'all aren't doing very well with these questions. If I was a teacher, y'all would be failing right now. Here was an interesting question I saw, and I've not been ever asked this one too much. And y'all think about this and let me know what you think. What is something that you believe can't be explained? And I can honestly say in an interview, that was one of the top 10 interview questions in an interview, and I've had a few. I had never been asked that question. And I had to think about that one for a second. My answer was nature versus nurture. Have you ever known a family that has like multiple siblings and one becomes a doctor, one becomes a lawyer, and one goes to jail? Why? They all had the same upbringing, the same parenting, loved the same, treated the same. So what's the difference? I can't explain that. It doesn't make any sense. Smoke penis. How do you ask that cannot be explained? Right, right. And I thought that was an interesting question because I'd never had it, but it was listed as one of the top ones for an interview. and I guess it makes sense. Things, certain questions on interviews, you want to be objective, some you want to be subjective. So I guess it gives you a way to look into how people think, maybe outside the box, depending on what type of job it is that they're applying for. It's like, have you ever seen what is it, the philosophy question, why? And the most common answer is why not? It's not wrong. What's up, Joker? How are you, buddy? It's not wrong. I mean, it's thank you for being here, Joker. Joker is also one of the streamers I first started out watching. Joker does a really good job. If you've never watched Joker Meta, I would encourage you to go support Joker Meta. He does a really good job. Joker's commentary is unparalleled because he explains everything he does, and it's really cool. It's a breath of fresh air as opposed to listening to me and Hoppa go, no way, no way. Where are you at? I thought we were all pushing that together. Blah 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 blah. Joker is very analytical at the game, and I appreciate that. And I watched Joker for a long time streaming. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're just doing sit down and shoot the bull with Grumpy tonight. You have any questions, Joker? See, I gave Hoppa's chat last night homework to come up with questions. Grumpy request live. What's up, Iceman? Iceman's another one. Y'all know I love Iceman to death. He was my zombies running partner. We had some good times running. Joker does have the best impersonations. Joker, when he did, I don't know what you want to call it, his dress up streams to actually look like his character was awesome. I super love those. What don't you know how to answer, Cammy? The what can't be explained? There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. It's just something to you that can't be explained and why. It could be, do you believe in aliens? If you believe in aliens, then they're unexplained. There's Area 51, but nobody knows what's really in Area 51. Do people really get picked up and aliens have sex with them? Is there Bigfoot? Bigfoot you probably wouldn't know about. Loch Ness Monster, I'm analytical, but I might get it wrong from time to time. You don't get it wrong much. What's your questions, Joker? You got questions? I got answers. At work, they used to call me the human Google just because even if it's wrong, I've got an answer. I was never scared to give an answer. And it was top 5 favorite films and snack to go with each film. Oh man, Caddyshack. I loved Caddyshack. I loved an old movie with Chevy Chase, Modern Problems. Is a duck's ass watertight? It is watertight. They don't sink, do they? And you never see fart bubbles. So yes, it is watertight. Caddyshack, Modern Problems. Um, Golly, the first. Uh, oh geez, now you made me lose my Matrix. This is frog bubbles ass every time he hops. That's one of my favorite sayings, Joker. That is one of my favorite sayings. So kudos to you for asking that. Um, let's see, that's 3. Jaws. That was the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater was Jaws. So Jaws has to be up there. My grandfather took me to see that movie, and at the time we were down at my grandfather and grandmother's house, and his mother lived with them, and I slept on a cot beside his mother, and we went and saw Jaws that night, and I got so scared laying in my cot thinking I was in a boat that I got in bed with her. Was a sergeant and a fireman, and then there's me, the stoner D. Taylor. How Th? How do we choose those paths? I mean, how did the paths? The path is what gets me. It is. There's nothing wrong with any of them. There's nothing wrong with anybody. I mean, it's just the path. When that question came to me, that was the first thing I thought of. The Matrix. I loved the Matrix. I did love the Matrix. I'm not a big Star Wars, Star Trek kind of guy. I thought those were stupid. I'm sorry to anybody that likes them, but I really didn't like those. And I guess my fifth favorite movie, uh, golly, I really liked the Fast and the Furious, the very first one, because I really liked cars. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was a good flick. It was a good flick. Star Wars. The first movie I went and saw with my wife on our very first date was a Star Trek movie. It was that one where they could turn the spaceship invisible and they went and got some big sperm whale or something and turned it invisible and loaded it into the, I don't even remember what it was called, loaded it into the spaceship in the middle of like Central Park or something. Ah, hell, I don't even remember it. I was paying more attention to my wife than I was the movie. But that was our first date was a Star Trek movie. And then I wanted her to come home with me for a weekend because my parents were leaving and she wouldn't come home. Today I got an earworm. I had the Super Mario thing playing like for 4 hours. That's bad. Terminator was a good flick. Don't you hate it when you get a song stuck in your head and it won't quit playing? That absolutely just kills me. Fast and Furious movie, the very first one was awesome. Terminator was a good. I'll be back. That was a good flick. Arnold Schwarzenegger was peach in that. Hey, Sirius, what's up? College, he starts. Dun, 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 dun. I think probably at some point, Joker, you probably hummed some of it out loud, and the song stuck in his head too. I would almost guess, or maybe you didn't even realize it. You were both looking at the same thing, and something popped up with Super Mario on it, and you both got it stuck in your head. Behind Enemy Lines was a great movie series. It was a great movie. I enjoyed that movie. Well, I replace your meds. I should get new meds tomorrow morning, Sirius, so we can check out what those are going to be like. Also, somebody's sending me meds in the mail, so yep. Let's see. But yeah, I was telling you about my wife and me. So we went on a date. We hung out some for a couple of weeks. My parents were leaving town. I asked my wife to come home with me because nobody was going to be there. Can't imagine why I'd done that, right? She said no. she wouldn't. She knew why I wanted her to come home with me. She said no. So what did I do? Lines. What the hell is wrong with his laptop? What lines? What are you talking about? But so I asked another girl to come home with me, and she did. And so me and my wife split up. After like a month of dating, we split up because she wouldn't come home with me. And she literally did not talk to me, look at me, acknowledge my existence for over a year. And we went back to school the next year. And the school had a Halloween party, like a Halloween dance, some kind of Halloween function. And what's up, Baghdaddy? I know, right? How I was a dog. And I got so drunk before this Halloween bash. And I saw her. And I was drunk enough to where I went over and started trying to talk to her. And she blew me off and blew me off. And I kept on. I had those drunk muscles. I wasn't going to let her get out of my sight. And I was like, go out with me again. I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. And she finally agreed to go out with me again. And we dated for the rest of the school year. And she went back to Florida, and I came back home and decided that I couldn't live without her. And so I asked her to marry me. I was 19, 20 years old, and I played ball that year in college, and we got married the next year, and I gave it up, and then we had kids. What's up, Baghdaddy? How you doing? Did you ask if you'd come in her house? Her dad hated me. Hated me. Swear to God, hated me. It does pay off. My father-in-law was on his deathbed, literally his deathbed, and he asked everybody to leave the room but me. And everybody left, and he looked at me and he said, "You take care of my daughter." And literally died like 10 minutes later. Swear to God. And I was like, man, I've took care of your daughter. We got two beautiful kids. Drunk courage is the best courage. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, literally looked at me on his deathbed and told me I better take care of his daughter. All his kids had always been home. She was the first one to ever leave home. She was the youngest, and I took her away from him, and he hated me for it. Hated me. Couldn't stand me. Her mom loved me. We'd go back down there to visit, and it was so awkward. So awkward. Oh, it was terrible. Maybe she told him what I did to her when I took another girl home. It is true. Isn't it serious? I'll never forget that as long as I live. As long as I live. But I've done a pretty good job taking care of her. She's done a better job taking care of me, but the trade-off's been pretty good. Yeah. So how's everybody's night tonight? Everybody all fired up for BO7 beta coming out tomorrow? How long have I been married now? We got married June 11th, 1987, so 38 years, be 39 years this year. Yep, we got married young. Young, poor as all get out, and yeah, y'all talk about ramen noodles now. That's literally what we ate every night. When we got married, I was still in college, and I worked on my off days of college. I worked as a desk clerk at a motel, and I made on average about $170 a week. She worked at a retail store as just a counter girl, and she made about $150 a week, and that's what we survived on, about a little over $1,200 a month. A little over $1,200 a month, and we bought our first house in 1993. I'd went to work with my parents, and my parents paid me enough to where I could cover the mortgage out of one check, the entire mortgage out of a check, which was $420, and still have a little bit to live off of. And she went back to school, and she got her degree in phlebotomy, and she was a MLT, a medical lab technician. And at that time, she got a decent job making about 20,000 a year, and that's how we did it. That's how we did it. Always be a waster. He was right. I know you're not a waster, serious. Uh, I'm seeing a future I'm fixing to tweak out tomorrow. Why are you fixing to tweak out tomorrow, Cammy? Oh, because BO7? Yeah, I've had an interesting life. I've got kids older than some of yous. Yeah, they turned out pretty good. Of course, y'all saw my pride and joy. Waited forever for one of those. I always told my wife we got married super early, had kids super young, because I wanted to be able to do the things they wanted to do and not be too old to do them. Because her parents didn't have her until they were in her 40s. So by the time she was graduating, hell, they were 70 and stuff. And by the time so we always did everything young. And then my son didn't have a kid until he was almost 30. My daughter's 30 now, and she still doesn't have any kids, but hopefully. My pleasure, Joker. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. Like I said, if y'all haven't seen Joker Meta, just check him out on YouTube. It's Joker Meta. He does an awesome job. Maybe we'll get him to dress up like his character again. He always complained how hot it. I am guessing the way I've got my audio output set up, it is. I'm guessing the way it's got my audio output set up, it is doing something to the mic and the headset. But yeah, make sure y'all check out Joker Meta. He's been streaming a lot more lately, and he does some really good clips. I saw one the other day where he killed an entire four stack, I believe it was, with a Joker Meta. He has a lot of good Joker Meta clips. Baghdaddy, if you hadn't checked out Baghdaddy, I'm sure a lot of you have, some of you haven't, but if you haven't checked out Baghdaddy, check out Baghdaddy. And of course, all of you know Hoppa. There's nobody in here that I haven't seen in Hoppa's stream. So, more questions. More questions. Joker is winning the competition today. Boss to my kids, I'm more proud of my holding nose of Oxhaw. I know it's things doing the way I've got my mic output. I don't have a Frank, and I'm obviously doing something that it's eating up the battery like really quick. This beta better be insane. Warzone is a ghost town. Yeah, I think the beta is going to be good. The multiplayer beta is going to be good. I'm excited for the zombies. All that looked pretty good. Like I said, the gunplay is what um, I was really infatuated with. And watching it yesterday, Shotzi has already broke the movement, and I heard the devs were pissed about that. He was doing some crazy wall jump stuff. It was pretty neat watching him. Like Quakes, I think I mentioned. Yeah, the wall running he was doing was cool. Warzone has kind of run its course. I enjoy Resurgence, Warzone, big map. It's such a slow pace that I can't get into it. Now you watch somebody like Joker and Baghdaddy, and it's really cool to watch. But the pacing for me is, and those two play it a lot different. Joker's a circle kind of guy, um, and Baghdaddy's a buy 100 UAVs and just chase kind of guy. But it's interesting to see the difference in how they play, and the results are a lot of times the same. And Baghdaddy does have a good gunning. What's up, Bird Dog? Baghdaddy does have a good gunning, and you would enjoy, y'all would enjoy playing with him. It's Baghdaddy's a hunter, and he does it really well. And like I said, you're a circle kind of guy, and I respect that as well. It's two different ways to play in the same output. A lot of wins, a lot of top fives. I've still been, I still hadn't even tried to beat him, Baghdaddy. Bird Dog. Bird Dog does a good job. Any of y'all don't know Bird Dog in here. His streams are cool. He does that vertical stream, and that's one good thing about the PC is I can watch the vertical streams on it now. What's up, Tough? How many times have I fall to your death on the first day? Oh, I'm sure. Buddy, I don't even wall jump now and I fall to my death. I'll slide off a map. What's up, Element? What's up, Chucky? Everybody coming in here. If you lose my hearing, it's because Frank's not here to sort my microphone and it's eating batteries left and right, but I swap out batteries and put the other one back in. Baghdaddy, you're full of shit. You win all the time and get high kills. Joker's the same way. Joker probably averages in a victory 10 to 12 kills. Most of the time, 4 to 5 kills. Baghdaddy will average, I guess on average, what Baghdaddy? 16 to 18 kills in a victory. Sometimes higher, sometimes lower. Baghdaddy's a car player. Y'all would play good together. Baghdaddy's kind of a vehicle player too. Bird Dog, and yeah, Bird Dog plays with DG, disabled gamer, autism, pickle. And now it's iHack, I think, pickle, which we're gonna have to talk about that one, Bird Dog. Um, they play a, how would I put it? They like to snipe. They like to snipe, so they play a very slow positioning game with snipers. Usually, you'll find them at the tallest building, picking people off coming into circle. But Baghdaddy's dodging your 1v1, Grumpy. Toughest, I would dodge your 1v1 too, especially when you get new internet. Oh, your lobbies are hectic, Baghdaddy. Rice, I'm usually the fun ruiner of my team of friends. They hate to play with me. Yes, SBMM sucks. You need a cousin. I will. If people are against two boxing, I'll play with Hopper when he two boxes, and at least, is it great? It is two boxing, but at least you can play and have fun. I don't hear about it, Mister. Baghdaddy does play on about 120 ping most times, so I respect that. What's up, Glock? It's good to see you here, buddy. But SBMM does suck. When me and Hoppa and Wendy and Basic and whoever else just hop into regular multiplayer without the cousins, it is brutal. It is brutal. Um, but that it's not just in Call of Duty either. Me and Hoppa and Bills and Vortex were playing Splitgate. And two of our matches, one of our matches had Optic Formal and some of his buddies in them, and another match had Swooty, who at the time was like the world's number one Splitgate player. We beat Swooty, we lost to Optic Formal. So people think that SBMM is bad in Call of Duty. It's in everything. It's in everything. Me and Wendy were playing. I think Joker was with us when Warzone first came out. We were playing Resurgence on Rebirth the second time it dropped. And we were in a match against FaZe Santana and Swag, and I forget who else is on that team. Yeah, it sucks. But like I said, you bring your cousins along, and makes it a lot funner to play. I hate it for some of the teams we play sometimes, but it does make it funner, so I'm not going to argue against it. Cletus Jenkins, lead field. Oh boy, Hoppa did more than What's up, Cletus? Yeah, he is kind of wishy-washy sometimes. I don't know about him. Cletus, you need to get with the other one. I forget his name now. The daddy one. Battlefield 6. I pre-bought Battlefield 6 Element, and I'll probably just wind up playing the campaign. I just can't get into Battlefield. It is so slow-paced. I just can't get into it. Just chilling, huh, Glock? I feel that. That's what I'm doing. Also, he hasn't paid me in several months. It ain't got nothing to do with my accusations. You would know. I mean, Cletus, y'all sleep in the same room, don't you? That will let you out your cage. Yeah, phase nerds. Yeah, the first game of Resurgence we played on Rebirth had the Phase Squad. They beat us to win it. We finished second. They finished first. We didn't. We mostly got hunted down, Chucky. I'm not gonna lie. I was absolutely a crap Rebirth player. Crap. Have been crap, and these guys all took me under their wings. Joker, Wendy, Hoppa, Vortex, Warhawk, Basic, showed me how to play it right. Battlefield, I want it to be a fun game. What's up, Diesel? I want it to be a fun game, serious, but it is. I don't know. I just can't get into the laying down and sniping. I just can't get into it. You love the beta? I played the beta. I didn't hate it. Like I said, I pre-ordered it because I want it to be good. Yeah, we don't do nothing. I was always a little spoon. Oh, as you can tell, I do have bad habits too. I do dip. Have my whole life. What's wrong, Glock? You're no good. No good at Battlefield? I know you're good at Call of Duty. I played with you a couple times. Does the blue pills help you play better? No, serious. They take my mind off playing. I've got other issues to worry about then, and the wife won't help me with them. So no, huh? The wind blows and everything just flies hard, and then you can't even concentrate on shooting people on the game. You're full of shit, Glock. I know you're good at COD. I've played with you before. Battlefield, I don't know what a good Battlefield player is. I've never really watched it enough or played it enough to know what a good Battlefield player is. But my guess is he's laying somewhere with a sniper, killing everybody. I saw one guy play, and he had a helicopter, and he would just fly the helicopter around. And damn, at the end of the game, had like 75 kills, went like 75 and 0. I have an extra joystick when I take the blue pills. That is right. Serious. But do we want to be playing with that joystick? I'd rather have the wife play with it. But she don't. She'll tell me she's tired, she's got a headache, all those good things. That's what 38 years of marriage gets you. A wife that's always got a headache. I keep threatening her, but she knows that I'd be the one losing. Plays the objective, period. But what is the objective, Afuki? Most of the time, I know there's a Dom objective. I know there's a Dom objective. But I'll be fair. I liked the mode in Call of Duty where it's 40v40 better than I do Battlefield. At least the maps are so immense, so immense. And I like to run around with an SMG, and by the time I run 10 steps, I'm getting sniped. Smaller map modes, where you get See, I've never really played those, Rice. Yeah, the huge maps, just like I said, I'd try running around with the SMG and just get killed. Glock, I can believe that. Like I said, I played with you. You played well, very well, very well. Conquest is about holding points. Now I like to play Fuki. You know, I'm an objective kind of guy. Wendy taught me objectives. She yells at me if I don't play the objectives. Brawless tells me to keep my head down and get on the objective. He's got me. So he just kills everybody and I play the objective. Hoppa's kind of the same way. See, so I'm an objective kind of guy. But objectives, if you play objectives, you tend to get more kills because everybody's running towards you. Everybody that's good's cheating, Glock. Everybody that's good's cheating. We all know that. Bigger version of domination. In Conquest, I'm assuming's in Battlefield. Okay. See, when I played the beta, I only played like I played with Hoppa, and I only played like 4 or 5 games, and I was like, this ain't for me. So back in the days, back when we actually had this. That's pretty cool, Rice. That is pretty cool. Like I said, if I ever get rich, we're going to host the biggest Grumpy Old Man land tournament in history. And we're all going to be drunk, stoned, whatever your thing is, and we're going to play and have fun. That's what I'm going to do with my lottery winnings. We're in a big old, we'll do it right. Activision got it wrong. Repulse got it wrong. We'll get it right, and it'll be fun. But everybody needs to make sure if you're going to get your beta downloaded for Black Ops 7 because we will be running it tomorrow. You can hop in and run with us. Can I come with? Absolutely, serious help. Serious, I'll pay for your plane ticket to come join us. Glock, I'm high as a kite. Hey, that's fine too, Glock. To each his own. I'm not. I can't have anything to eat after like 9 o'clock tonight. Nothing to drink after like 9 o'clock tonight. I think they said I could have water up until the Grumpy Invitational. That's right. Water until like midnight. So yeah. So I'm fixing in a few minutes go eat my Cuban sandwiches and drink a Dr. Pepper before they cut me off. How big is the beta? It took me it was 36 gigs, I think. There's like 3 small ones for BO6 that you got to download, but they're really small. They took me like 10 minutes to download those three, and 36 gigs took me about an hour. So it's not huge. It's not huge. You got really good internet, then it won't take you but a few minutes. Uh, I don't expect it to be perfect, Chucky, but it looked pretty good on the COD Next event. Multiplayer looked really good, and I'm a simp for Call of Duty. Y'all got me started. I got gummies and PC because I can't eat for surgery. Yeah, I can't eat for surgery. I got a surgery tomorrow morning too, Glock. Small, minor. They're just replacing a stimulator in my spine. So, but yeah, I can't eat after that because of that. 10 gig Ethernet. Yeah, Rice, I hate you. I literally, anymore, I'll be playing on, my ping's not bad. My ping's only like 35 lately. It used to be around 135, but now I've got like stupid packet loss, like 20-25% packet loss. And I can't figure out why. I've just got wicked packet loss, but I've gotten used to it. You just learn to lead shots. Paris. You do the same, Sirius. Keep us posted on your boy and his fights, too. I want to know how those are going. Oh, shoot, I hate to hear that, Diesel. COVID, that sucks. That sucks. You too, Glock. Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, Cat 8. I've got Cat 8 cables. I've got Cat 8 cables. Everything else it's just weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It's only on Call of Duty. I get this just stupid packet loss, but it doesn't play that bad. You just got to lead shots, and up close, it's not as you don't really notice it, but it'll just do funny things. I have Cat A cables, so it should be fine. Hopefully they'll get my internet sorted here in the next couple months, and I'll get fiber and not have to worry about it anymore. I'm sure most of it is just because I'm on old lines and long drops, and it doesn't transfer data very well. 2 weeks, that's nice. That's awesome. I hope he's doing well. Training's going well, and best of luck to him in 2 weeks. It sounds awesome. The cat ate the cat. My cats do eat a lot of cables, but they haven't. I keep the door shut back here. So one of them came in today, and he was trying to eat my controller cable, and I ran him off. My cats do love my cables. Yeah, Iceman knows they eat all my Ethernet cables. When I used to play in my kitchen, and they would eat all my Ethernet cables, and I'd have to order a new Ethernet cable about once a month because they would sit there and chew on them when I wasn't around. They like those the mesh ones. They really like those. Yeah, fiber. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I've literally had the same internet for 30 years since we bought the house, and it's just garbage. Yeah, I saw they were getting packet loss, Chucky. I saw that. Yeah, we were talking about earlier. Yeah, that's what I thought, Rice. I've reset my router a couple times, but it doesn't seem to help. But it's funny. It'll start out fine with like zero packet loss, and all of a sudden, 2 to 3 games in, it's like bam. I think it's got something to do with my provider and my service. I've always had shit internet. I'm just used to it. But on a positive, I can go play in Australia with Ed Schism and 330 ping. I can deal with it really well. So it does have its positives. I've gotten used to ping. Yes, sir, Cammy. More questions though. I did fish this weekend. Went fishing Saturday. Was planning on live streaming that. Of course, y'all know the story. I didn't think about having to have an inverter to plug in the Starlink, so that didn't work out well. I did order an inverter. Now I just got to figure out if I'm going to have to put another battery in the boat to run the inverter off of so it doesn't kill my cranking battery. Um, but yeah, I just can't seem to win for losing. We went to put the boat in Saturday when I got over there to fish the tournament, and I blew a hub out. So we had to leave before the tournament was over so we could be home before dark because I was worried that if the hub went completely out, it was going to shoot a wheel off. And then I was going to have to find the wheel, stop on the side of the road, put a new hub in it, which is going to take me a couple hours because I'm mechanically stupid. So we left early. We caught fish. We had a good time, but it's just kind of a shit end to a shit day with the hub blowing out on my trailer. I have terrible luck with hubs and trailers. You're constantly up here. It's mountains this, mountains that, breaks here. They get super hot. The hubs on that trailer are notorious for going bad. I gave my clock. That's terrible. That is terrible. I have 4 cats. 4. They're pretty cool. All 4 of them sleep in the bed with us at night. So it doesn't leave. It's worse than dogs because you think dogs are bad to sleep with. Cats just don't care. They'll sleep on your head. They sleep on your chest. They get in between your legs. At least a dog just lays there, and you can kick the ever-loving fire out of a dog while you're sleeping. The dog don't care. He'll just kick you back. Cats, no. You kick them or make them have to move in the middle of the night, and they're just pissed off at you, and they'll start biting at you. But yeah, our 4 cats sleep with us at night. So more questions before I have to get out of here and eat before I go off tomorrow. We are, like I said, we are going to stream the live open beta tomorrow, um, assuming that they don't have me on too good of drugs that I just sit here and stare off into space. I'm planning on doing that at 1 o'clock. A real trooper. Cat hair, oh my God, our cat hair, it is crazy, crazy. You don't have any cats, Glock? Cats are cool. Cats are cool. They just kind of do their own thing. They're independent. But yeah, cat hair, my God. We've got 1 cat. So my wife trapped 4 cats. We had 2, and my wife trapped 4 cats because they were in our old office, and she didn't want them to get run over by cars. So she brought 2 home. She brought all 4 of them home, so that gave us 6 cats, and she wound up giving 2 of us away. But 2 of the cats we have now are twins, One of them weighs about 6 pounds, and the other one weighs about, I kid you not, probably 18, 19 pounds. And it sheds like there is no tomorrow. It is just lump, a big lump. It is so big and it has so much hair, and the little one has hardly any hair. It's funny. Like I said earlier, nature over nurture. Why does one of them weigh like 18 pounds and one of them weighs 6? It's wild. I appreciate it, Rice. It'll be good. Like I said, it's pretty minor. It's the third time I've had this done, so the only bad thing is this one lasted 2.5 years, and they're supposed to last 10. I love dogs. I do love dogs, but our house is right below a major road, and we have a lot of animals, rabbits, squirrels, etc. And our dogs, when we had dogs, tended to chase them, and most of the time they ran towards the road, so we lost a lot of dogs, which kindly sucked. And the last dog we had, I got really attached to, really, really, really attached to, and had to put her down, and that damn near killed me. So I got cats because cats are just assholes. So uh, well, no worries, Warhawk. No worries. I know you were hungry. You had a lot on your mind today, and I'm glad you're eating. And I'm glad you're feeling better. No, no worries, buddy. You do you. You do you. You need that food. If we could just get Frank to wake up now. I know Frank's had 2 long days. Usually Frank's in here, but I'm sure he's sleeping. And like I said, he's had 2 long days. So yeah. Plus y'all are across the pond, so it's a lot later there than it is here now. It's just 7:30. Ferrets. Never had a ferret, Chucky, but I had a buddy that had ferrets. I also had a buddy that raised, what did he raise? Chinchillas. He raised chinchillas. So he had this building that had chinchillas in it. And you know what likes chinchillas? Big old snakes. So we would go in the building, there'd be big old snakes hanging from the rafters trying to get at the chinchillas. It was it was wild. What's up, Rory? How are you, buddy? We're just sitting here shooting the breeze. Any questions you've got, you're welcome to ask. We're just right now we're on the subject of dogs, cats, and ferrets. So anything was just telling everybody about my weekend. But yeah, we're gonna stream BO7 beta tomorrow, and do that with probably Hoppa and Wendy and whoever else wants to join. What's up, Sean? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, you had yours for hunting rabbits. Oh, cool, because they go down in the holes. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've never hunted with a ferret. That's wild. 1:33 a.m. over here, the Netherlands. Wow, that's cool. There's a lot of places y'all live that I'd like to visit, as I'm sure y'all would like to visit over here. I'm excited about BO7, Rory. I don't know that it's the end all, know all, greatest thing in the world, but watching COD Next, the gunplay looked good. The wall jumping looked like it was going to be fun. Um, we were talking earlier, Warzone's probably going to die unless they do something to it. The new Resurgence map looked cool. It looked good. It looked kind of like a cross between Fortune's Keep and Vondel. Um, I like the fact that there wasn't a lot of height on it, because I think height people like to camp height, like, so I'm not really a huge fan of that. But it is what it is. Some people play that way. I just like to go in front of Hoppa and say, "Oh, full team in here, kill them all," because I'm dead. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. All the CDL pros are super excited for this year and for it. And I think that they tell the truth. I don't think they're a bunch of shills that are just going, "Oh, it's good, it's great," because I mean that's their livelihood. If it's a crap game like Vanguard was, they're going to let you know, and they all seem to be excited for it. You got family living in Canada, Toronto. I'm in North Carolina, Rice, U.S. North Carolina. Canada would be pretty cool. Toronto would be pretty cool to see. Yeah, I think everybody was kind of disappointed in that part of it, Rory. Um, but I don't know that that's going to be the end all for it. What's up, Joe? I think that haven't they said we're getting a new map? But I would say that probably building that. I don't think, Roy, I didn't think Vanguard was bad. I think it just played bad for like competitive. Um, and the gunplay was weird. Um, I thought the gunplay was weird. I didn't think it was bad. Um, but um, there you go, TH. I've been meaning to do that. I don't think it was bad. It was just the guns were unbalanced. I thought. I thought personally the guns were unbalanced. But I only played it literally for 2 or 3 days and I got bored with it. I didn't even watch CDL when Vanguard was around. I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, the movement was good, and I think the movement in this is good. Some people love Omni movement. I liked MW3 movement. I don't think that it just depends on what you want the game to be. If you want it to be more realistic, then how many soldiers have you ever saw breaking cameras, going through a door, sliding past somebody, and spinning around and shooting them on their back? Uh, I think we can do without that, but it is fun to use. I mean, it is fun to use, but I'm not. There was a lot of bugs in Vanguard's game. Yeah, there was. But it had my MP40. I really loved the MP40. I thought they were going to bring it back for BO6, and I was disappointed when they didn't. The C9's all right, but give me that full round sight, kind of like that's on the compact. I like that sight for an iron sight. I really like it. I was glad to get my LC10 back in BO6, but then they nerfed the hell out of it. Cold War, that was the most broken gun in the game was the LC10. You could fight up close, you could fight at range with it. It was so good, so good. And it was good when they first brought it back into BO6, but then they quickly nerfed it, which they should have. They made it too broken off the rip. Vanguard did have a lot of bugs in the game, and I liked the look of it. I did like the look of it. But like I said, the gunplay, in BO6, at least there are meta guns, but the other guns will play. Um, you can win with more than one gun. You can win with 10 ARs and 10 SMGs. And Vanguard, literally, there was one gun, one AR, and one SMG that was viable for even pubs, and I didn't like that part of it. Uh, Sliding around, I'll use some omni movement, but I just slide. Sliding and jumping is, I mean, that's always been a Call of Duty thing since I started playing in Cold War. Sliding and jumping. Uh, yeah, and all these YY kids just hurts my head. Hurts my head. But I am excited for BO7. I'm excited. I think BO6 has gotten stale. I think the maps have gotten stale, the gunplay's gotten stale, and people are tired of it, which is weird because the life cycle, and I think that's Call of Duty's fault because the life cycle of the game is what, a year now, and they bring out another one. Whereas, like in Cold War, would we have that for 2 years, maybe three? I don't know. I'm not a Fuki's all into that stuff. So I think they've made the life cycle of the game so short, and with AI generated content, because and like I say, and I think that's part of the problem with Call of Duty now is that the life cycle of the games are so short that you don't have time to put in humanized work. It has to be AI content because it's It's kind of like economics, first in, first out, and they're in such a rush to get new content out that you have to generate it with AI. Uh, I love the maps in Cold War. I did love the maps in Cold War. I thought off rip when BO6 came out, I thought the maps had a shot to be really good. I think they started out really good, and from there went downhill. Um, I thought the initial maps we got were really good, but then I think they went downhill. SBMM has broke the game, but to be fair with you, I mean even Cold War had SBMM, so I'm used to SBMM. I see all these people talking about like watching Scump's old videos from 10, 13 years ago where there was no SBMM and he was sweatbanning lobbies 88 0 and whatever. I think that there's a purpose behind all that, but I also think SBMM should you should be able to turn it off. People just want to play pubs. People just want to play pubs with their friends, and they don't want to have to be. People worry about their KD way too much now. Just go play. Just go play. Who cares if your KD is a 2.0, a 1.0, or a point 0.5? If you're having fun, go play the game. That's all. Just have fun. I, Chucky, you're not wrong. It's all going to be very strong in the game. BO6 did feel a little like Cold War when it first came out, but they had a chance with the maps. I think, Rice. I do think they had a chance, and yeah, I had fun with it. Like I said, that playing it is still fun. I still enjoy playing it. We played last night, not before last. We just went in and played some multiplayer, and last night me and Basic just went in and played casual Resurgence. Um, just to have something to do, and it was fun. It's still fun. Basic, what did you have that you're yumming? Did you have another big porterhouse steak? Uh, no, the stuff that they do now, you're right, Chucky, is broken. Is broken. It's like we were talking about earlier, getting phase and that in some of the matches. There ain't no way I should be in those matches. Ain't no way. And you know what it is? They were two box into our servers to get into our games. Or it just said, here's your SBMM. Good luck. But I also like to test my skill against people too. If I went in there and went 88-0 every game, while it would be fun for me, it wouldn't be fun for that long. I mean, if you want clips, get your clips, but uh, it's it's like anything else. You want to know you're the best. We all do things to prove we're the best every day. So every now and then, I don't mind it. I want to go in there against people that are better than me and see how I do it. Usually, when I do that, it's in brawless lobbies and I get dumpstered really quick. What's up, Gary? Yeah, I wish you were right about that. They may have had streamer mode plus, Rory. It was Face Santana, Swag. I can't remember who was Booyah. Is it Booyah? And somebody else I didn't know. I didn't know. Solo quads and casual. Nice TH. Yeah, casual's fun. Casual's still, you shoot bots. Occasionally you run into the real player and you either dump on them or they dump on you. I enjoy casuals. I like casuals because I can get XP up. Wendy's giving me a hard time about not being a level 1000, so I'm trying to get to level 1000 for her. So it's a good way to get your XP up really quick because you get a lot of kills. But me and Basic played last night with two other guys, and we wound up playing like 3 games with them. And my God, Basic and the other two guys were killing everybody. I was just basically standing around with my finger up my butt. Yeah, I wish that was true. Tough. There would be a lot of happy people that would be being helped out by me getting 1 million subs. Not me personally. This has never been a money thing for me, but if I ever do get monetized, it's going to be a charity thing for this stream. which I think would be cool and help a lot of people out. Um, I'm fortunate that I could do that, something like that, because this money would. That's cool, th. 300 and something's awesome. That is awesome. There are things you can do. You need to hit Hoppa up how to grow. Hoppa's wicked smart about stuff like that. That's the biggest thing with Hoppa. People think he's just some dumb hick hillbilly. Hoppa's smart as shit. Hoppa's wicked smart. He is a highly intelligent man, and he can help you do stuff like that. And he enjoys doing stuff like that. You just have to listen. Just have to listen. Like I owe most of this to Hoppa. I'm not gonna lie. He's been very good to me. Very good to me, and he is very smart. Him and Frank. Frank is just, yeah. I just turned my shit over to Frank and say, I got ready to do my second stream and I didn't even know what to do because Frank had literally done it all. Yeah, they are really smart, tough. Really smart. Yeah. Sean, he absolutely can help you get better. He helped me get a damn sight better. I used to literally, swear to God, we'd play Resurgence, Rebirth, or uh, what was the other map back then? Vondale and Ashika, and I would literally hide just to stay alive because I knew they were out there fighting and gonna die, and I would just sit in a corner. And Hoppa helped me get better. Yeah, he does, and he's patient. He's super patient with me still. Nice, th. I haven't even messed with the camos on Warzone. I didn't even really mess with the camos on multiplayer. I've got a few diamonds in multiplayer, and that's just because I've been playing with guns. Yeah, that was wild, Rice. Don't piss off Hoppa. Don't piss off Hoppa. Can Hoppa help a cheater get better? I don't think Hoppa would help a cheater get better. I think he is way past that. Way past that. Um, but a player, yeah. Hoppa, in game, you listen and you learn. You do listen and learn. He has the aim assist thing on lockdown. Rotational aim assist, just jittering your, and that was a hard thing for me to learn, just jittering my left stick while I was trying to do other things. What is the Great Divine, tough? I don't know what the Great Divine is. A game, a movie? No, I'm not better than all of y'all Glock. That's for dang sure. That's for dang sure. I can hold my own, but I'm not that good. Is there a Grumpy Old Man Discord server? Not yet, Sean. I'm working on it. Um, it's just going to be a place where basically it'll have voice channels in it to come in and do stuff like this, and people can join me. Um, yeah, Roy, he is a legend. He loves to play the game. He doesn't listen to shit. Warhawk's not far off of that one. Hoppa is an IGL. He is an alpha leader. There is no doubt. Uh, the easiest way to get better is to watch Hoppa, Brawlist, Baghdaddy, Joker. Everybody brings something to the table that streams, and that's most of that is what got me better. Um, don't be afraid to take gunfights. People talk about SBMM. They don't talk so much about EOMM. And we were talking about KDs being 2.0s and stuff. Somebody may have a 3 KD and their EOMM may be 30 engagements because they sit at the back of the map and shoot. Me, my EOMM is probably 100 because I just run at everything. But that's how you get better. How do we help you get monetized, Sean? Uh, honestly, it's a number of subs and a number of view hours. But I'm not worried about that. Like I said, if it happens, it happens, and I'll be able to help people out by donating what I make to charities and stuff like that. Basic, you are definitely the best zebra player. The only man that I've ever seen drown in a fountain on Call of Duty. You are definitely the best. Roy, he is definitely hard to keep up with. I just usually put my hand in his back pocket and run. Because by the time he tells you, hey, this is where we're going, he's already started and you're behind. I'm always third or fourth in line, so those are the people that die a lot because they're the 1, 2, 3 guys. Everybody's looking at them, go, okay, 1, 2, 3, shoot. Thank you for that, Rory. But yeah, watch those guys. Uh, watch any streamer you can, even if it's the worst streamer in the world. Somebody has something to offer. It may be. I was watching today. I was watching Dr. Disrespect of all people. I watch him from time to time, but he was going to play on controller, and he was with Bobby Poff and Rallied, and they were helping him set up his controller, and they were telling him to play on 1.35 sensitivity if he was going to play on 120 field of view. And it kind of made sense. I haven't tried it yet. I play on 1.65. I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, it's just something different to try. If your aim's going to crap, you watch and learn. Brawlist, while his aim is a damn sight better than mine, if you go to like his settings stuff or listen to his settings, it's amazing what you can learn just from listening to his settings. Hoppa does a good job explaining. Like I said, tweaking with your left thumb while you're shooting, getting rotation lane assist every time. Those are things that you don't really think about, and when you listen to somebody and they explain it, it's like, oh hell, that makes sense. And then you just teach yourself to do it. Thank you for that, Rory. You're the man. I appreciate that, Sean. I didn't do it. I don't do it because of that. I do it because I love all y'all. It's just fun to get on here and talk, and I appreciate y'all all being here. And I love Hoppa's community. Would do anything in the world for Hoppa's community, and Hoppa encouraged me to start doing this, and he was excited. I think he was more excited about it than I was, to be fair. But I, it's fun. It is fun. And tomorrow we'll have even more fun streaming the beta. I just like to talk. I love to talk. My job when I was a salesman was talking, and I was good at it. That's what I was good at. Yeah, when you get aiming and switching targets as fast as you can, it does feel good. I play 1.3. Bird Dog, he was 1.3, 1.35 on 120 FOV, and not the pediatrician. It was the only person on at the time. Yeah, Roy, that's what they were all playing. They were talking about how much better your aim is in 120 FOV. I play 120 FOV on Warzone, and I play 107 on multiplayer. So I run mine at 1.65. But when you're playing with Brawlist and ranked and stuff, you got to have a high sensitivity because you got to be able to turn on people, and I just can't. At 1.3, I tried 1.4, and I just couldn't. I couldn't turn as fast, and I was just getting shot in the back while I was still trying to turn. You're our grandpa. I appreciate that, Bird. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good. And that's exactly what they were talking about, Sean. Playing on 120 and 1.3, it made recoil like non-existent. Um, thank you, Bird Dog. Love y'all too. I can't wait to see the beta reactions tomorrow too, Rory. I'm super excited for it, and I don't think I'll be disappointed. If I am disappointed, that's gonna suck. But I don't think I'll be disappointed. Yeah, 120 does make everything see, but it brings so much more into the screen. That's what I struggled with. Iceman, on the other hand, who's in chat a little while ago and may still be here, he plays on like 90 field of view, and he is dang good at it. Dang good at it. He plays on a really small field of view, but he is really good at it. But he also don't miss any shots. But he's mostly a multiplayer kind of guy too. Also another highly skilled objective player. But yeah, when I would die, I'd be watching his, and I was like, "Oh man, are you on like 90 FOV?" And he was on 80 or 90, but he don't miss any shots. All right, Rice, thank you for hanging out, man. I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be running the beta tomorrow, sometime probably, I guess around 1 p.m. we get started. Iceman does right out of the box. He's a right out of the box player, and he is really good with it too. While I mess around with my settings, Iceman just plays out of the box and really good with it. Doesn't miss any bullets, that's for damn sure. But have a good night, Rice. Get you some sleep, and we will see you tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, multiplayer I play on a lower FOV. Warzone I play on 120. but I leave my sensitivity the same for both. It's just so I don't have to adjust to each. Kind of hurts me in some ways. Some ways it's all right, but so I don't have to adjust. I play on 1.65. I've switched back and forth from linear to dynamic to linear, and right now I've settled on dynamic 1.0. I ran linear like 0.7 for a while. I really like that, but when they update stuff, they break shit like that. Iceman plays right out of the box. He kills me with that, but he's good with it. I guess once you get used to it, you're good with it. You got to put the hot rod away, th. But yeah, but more questions. Gotta have more questions. I had a bunch more questions here. I hadn't even looked to see who's winning the baseball game tonight. I think Yankees and Red Sox are playing right now. Yankees have to win game two to get it to force it to a game three. I know Yankees had Rodon on the mound and Red Sox had Bello going. About to go report this. All right, Bird. Appreciate you hanging out, bud. Thank you a bunch. You go do your podcast, and I'm sure I'll see you on that vert stream in a little while. I may just stay up all night since I got to be up so early. They're tied. Oh, that's right. Iceman's a big Boston guy. That's right. What inning they in, Iceman? I hadn't even. I've got my iPad over here, and I hadn't even opened it up. I have not played Delta Force, Sean. I've watched people. Another streamer, Shark FPS, like first-person shooter, Shark. Um, he plays it, and I watch him. I, I'm a shitty looter. I'm a shitty looter in Warzone and Resurgence, and anything with loot like that, just Apex. I am the shittiest looter in Apex Legends has ever been born. So anything that you have to loot a lot in gives me trouble. Did you grow out up? I grew up right here in these sticks. I sure did. I've never left. Never left. Top of the seventh. I really hope we force a game three. I'm sorry, Iceman. My son loves the Yankees, so I kind of have to pull for them. I really hope they force a game three. But yeah, I grew up here in the sticks. Been here my whole life. Never left town. I left town to go to college, but I didn't go far because I miss my town, miss my family. So yeah, and we are the sticks. We are the sticks. My house sits right in the middle of the woods with a big old road up above it. I live in a holler. We call it a holler here. But so how many of you are going to play the beta tomorrow? Iceman, you playing the beta tomorrow? Sean? Rory? Bird Dog, I know Bird Dog won't play the beta. He's just a Warzone guy for the most part. Yep. You'll have to hit me up, Iceman. We'll have to play the beta together. Definitely. I even pre-downloaded it this time. Last year I didn't even pre-download. So everybody else got started playing, and I was still 2 hours out downloading the beta for BO6. So yeah, I got ready to play, and everybody else was already like a level 12 or 13, and here I was a level 0 with guns that didn't even have sights on them. It was fun. It was fun playing on Favela. God, I hate that map. I hate Favela. That was on what, MW3? Yeah, I did the same thing on MW3. Didn't pre-download, so everybody was playing while I was downloading. I am going to switch to PC, Sean. Yes. I downloaded the beta on my PlayStation 5, but when time comes, I'm going to play on PC. I'll buy it for both. I bought it for PlayStation. I'll buy it for my PC because Wendy makes me play console only. But for Warzone and stuff, I'm going to play on PC. I would actually like to get good enough on PC that if Brawless does need a third, that I'll be able to run Warzone with him. I trust my gunny. You just the visuals you get on a PlayStation aren't near as good as you get on PC. And the PC that Brawley sent me is pretty daggum good. So I'm excited to see what the graphics are like playing the game on PC, um, and if they actually do help me any. Yeah, Favela was a throwback. I hated that map. You can tune in still. They're going to be going, Roy. I'm telling you, they're going to be going till midnight, 1 o'clock tonight because they got such a straight. You got Brawler's PC with the hacks. I did. Yes, I got it, and there was Brawler's completely wiped the whole thing. So I got it, and Frank had to go in and just install stuff so I could actually do all this. Yeah, it basically had nothing on it. So yeah, I'm telling you, I'm IT stupid. I am computer dumb. Once you show me the Indians did win, Bird. Yep. So that series is tied 1-1. Um, once you show me, I tend to not forget, but to do it by myself, I'm not very good with it. I'm kind of scared I'm going to break something. Oh, what's up, Frank? How you doing today, buddy? Frank, with Knickknack's help, I put another screen in there so it'd be full screen, and I actually got my webcam and my mic onto the full screen one. You'd be so proud of me. Hoppa helped me with that. But I had to change I don't know what you call it. I had to change something, like my bit rate or something. I had to lower it so it wouldn't be near as grainy on full screen. But we actually did that. We're so proud. And then we just been sitting here talking, Frank. How you doing? I was sitting there, Frank, in Discord, and I was moving you from every time you would go into AFK, I would move you back into the Discord channel. I was playing, seeing if I could do it, but you went back and forth from AFK to the Discord channel 3 or 4 times. I can now move people. You were my you were my guinea pig. Yeah, yeah. Knick-knack helped, Hoppa helped, but we got it done. Now I just can't figure out. It'll turn my like headset off every now and then, like it's. But my batteries aren't dying. It's weird. I don't know, but it's not a big deal. Uh, yeah, Rory, I really enjoy having a PC to be able to do stuff like this. I really do, and I think I'll enjoy playing on a PC. So my job for 20 some years was all on computer, and then after I retired the first time and went back to work after I got done being a custodian, my days were literally spent writing grants. So I got extremely tired of keyboards and dual monitors and sliding things back and forth across and trying to sort and do all that stuff. So I swore to myself I would never have another PC. You can see I've got a laptop right over there somewhere. I can't get my finger to move that way. Right there. And it hasn't been used in. Last time I used it was for Hoppa's Warzone tournament, Resurgence tournament. I went to use it the other day because I thought, well, I'll put my laptop up here with this and I can watch stream or do whatever I need to do on it. And it said critical error, battery failed or some crap. So I hadn't even messed with that. Yeah, old Cool Whips. Frank Castle, Ox Dead Beef, The Punisher, the man, the myth, the Riot Shield legend. But yeah, so any more questions? I've still got the Twitch stream up so I can, Frank, I'm trying to get you a drop so you can run the beta with us tomorrow. So I've had it on now for about 2 hours. So hopefully I got the drop with the code. I know there's 2 or 3 of us trying to get a code so you can run with us tomorrow. If you can hear it, I'm sorry. If you mute it, evidently it doesn't go through. I don't know. I don't know. But Frank, see, I was showing him I've got my soccer jersey. Warhawk actually knew who that was. I have no idea. One of my buddies got it for me. Oh yeah. I played on a PS5 and a 1080 monitor, and when I got a 1440 monitor with 144 240 um, refresh rate and a 2.1 HDMI cable, yeah, it was tons of difference from the 1080. Yeah, tons of difference. You can make a PlayStation 5 really good, but Brawlist and Hoppa say that a PC is even better in terms of graphics, which I would assume it is because your graphics cards are better and stuff. But I'm really, really interested to see that when BO7 comes out and play Warzone Resurgence because I'm old and I don't have an easy time seeing anyway. It took me, well, Frank, it might take you a little longer, but it's not that big a file. It's like 35 gigs, so it's not huge. Can you download? Not without the beta code. I don't think so, Sean. I don't. If you pre-ordered, you could download without the beta code, but I think those are the only two ways. I think you either have to have the beta code to put in there to download or pre-order. I don't think there's. I think next week is free to play for everybody. So there will. I'm assuming there'll be a way to pre-download it for those people, but I don't think that'll happen till next week. Like mine didn't go. PC players I think went live yesterday to be able to download, or maybe the day before that. But mine I couldn't download it today until 1 o'clock. I never even noticed the doll over there. So this started out as a, we'll call it a sewing room for my wife, a Hobby Lobby room. And then it got turned into an office, and then it became overrun with my daughter's stuff because her bedroom's right over there. So I had to walk through her old bedroom to get back to my office now. But you can tell the white desk is part of her furniture. The armoire was part of her furniture. Yep. If I open up that closet right there, it's got like 150 pairs of Chuck Taylors because she was infatuated with Chuck Taylors. She even has Chuck Taylor hooker boots, as I like to call them, that come all the way up her legs. Open beta for everybody is October 5th, so that's third, Friday, fourth, Sunday. The second's tomorrow. The second's the open beta, and then yeah, the open beta for everybody starts shortly thereafter. That doll low key gives Annabelle vibes. It does, doesn't it? It does. My grandparents bought that for my daughter. It's a porcelain doll. It is, yeah, it's freaky. It is freaky. It's my granddaughter. I mean, my daughter got that when she was probably 4 or 5, and it's still in the box inside that case. The box is on the outside of the case. She never even opened it. We wouldn't let her open it because she would have broke it, and so she never opened it. She's got, if you know what American Girl dolls are, she's got. If I open that over there, it is full of American Girl dolls, not clothes. Yeah, she's got bunches of those. My kids were spoiled rotten. You tend to do that though. They were spoiled rotten. My son played baseball his whole life, and there were bats and gloves and cleats, and he always tells me now, man, I wished I'd have known how much I liked them cleats then as I do now. I would love to have those cleats back. He had, remember the Nike Air Huarache shoes? They were basketball shoes. They're Huaraches. He had a pair of Huarache cleats, and he was like, man, I didn't know how cool those were now then, but I do now. But well, it's a little after 8 o'clock. We've been doing this about 2 hours. And right on cue, my mic goes out again. right on cue, my mic goes back out. I don't know why it's doing that, Frank. It behooves me. It's got something to do with when I made this full screen because it doesn't do it normally, but I'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. Maybe I'll just plug in the headsets instead of using Bluetooth, but it's not a big deal. But as I was saying, we've been doing this about 2 hours. I just wanted a chance to hang out with y'all and say hello and talk. And um, I will be back on tomorrow around 1 o'clock with an early beta play. Me and Hop will be streaming it live. Iceman, anybody, Sean, anybody that wants to run with us, make sure you get your downloads done and we will run some tomorrow. I certainly appreciate all y'all hanging out here with me tonight. Speaking of cats, I got a cat trying to get in the door right now. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Love yous to the moon. I appreciate everything you do for me. Frank, I'm going to be hanging out in Discord in a little bit. And I'm going to eat my Cubans first, though. The wife made Cubans. I'm so excited for that. But it has been great talking. Cammy, we're fixing to go off and $20 for carry. Absolutely a Fookie. Absolutely. I'll pay $20 for a good carry. It's a beta code. I should have a beta code. I haven't checked my Twitch, but I've been on now for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. So I'm going to look at it. Basic, thanks for hanging out. Afuki, Hoppa, Rory, Cammy, Iceman, Frank, Sean, TH, Tough, everybody. Joker, everybody that's in here before, Warhawk, I certainly do appreciate it. Much love to y'all. I appreciate it. And make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be playing some open beta. And I do appreciate it. Thank y'all for being here. And I will see y'all tomorrow.